You're going to be out and about this Sunday as well?
Yeah, I'm going
Park.
to be at the ladies' football finals.
50,000?
Apparently so, yeah.
Wow.
And probably even more by the time Sunday rolls around, hopefully.
The Dublin bump, I think they call it.
It's definitely part of it. And also, to be fair, the Cork fans, they do travel, and they've been travelling for years for their women's sports as well. So I think it's a big part of it.
Because I sort of felt this week that it was more low-key than last year, because there was so much talk 12 months ago, because it was a Mayo-Dublin final in both, that it was easy to continue the build-up from the men's game into the women's game. But like 50,000, up 3,000 or 4,000 on last year, again, it's a pretty remarkable figure.
Yeah, I think all the finals this year have suffered from that kind of, I don't want to use the word fatigue, but because they came so rapidly toward the end of the summer compared to normally in September, the first Sunday, the third Sunday, the camogie and the ladies' football in between them, we didn't have that space to dissect things in the run-up to it. So I think I had that feeling with all the finals, I think, not just the ladies' football final. And
I'd say the Cork players and management are loving the build-up to this.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It's all about the Blue Sisters and this Dublin side and transforming ladies' football in this country. And they're like, I think you'll find we won 6 in a row before you somehow stumbled over the line against Mayo last year. I think you'll find we're the greatest team of all time.
I'm not sure the Dubs would agree with that. I'm not sure lots of the impartial people watching it would agree with that. I think this Dublin team is very different to that Dublin team who was beaten regularly by Cork. I think the Cork team are nearly back to where they were, but they're not there yet.
Right.
Of course, I could be proven totally wrong come Sunday, but that is my...
So would you have Dublin as quite strong favourites?
I would. Yeah, just based on what I've seen this summer, based on the fact that while the Cork team are percolating nicely, they're not back to that stage yet when they had all those stars. Now they're creating new stars. I mean, jeepers, look at Orla Finn, Saoirse Noonan, like this super sub that Cork have. I saw her come in against Westmeath there nearly 2 months ago now. She's only, I think, 17, 18. She'd just done her leaving cert. And doesn't matter where she is, what game she comes in on, she's always scoring goals. And the speed for her. She plays for Cork City as well. She's just an athlete. She's amazing. They have a few of them coming through in Cork, but Dublin are like 2 or 3 years down the road ahead of them, if you know what I mean.
Do they not still have the core of the team that won an All-Ireland 2 years ago?
They do and they don't. It's just that I think the core of that, the team that won that All-Ireland, I always compare them maybe to the Kilkenny team that won the hurling in 2015. Like, while they still had a few of the core left, it was nearly an All-Ireland they stole. That they really, perhaps, they had players who probably were in their last legs, that kind of thing, and the newer ones coming in still weren't there yet. So really, for example, Galway should have beaten Kilkenny that day in 2015. They didn't. I think the same possibly could have been said for Cork. They mightn't like me for saying that, but I think Cork now today are in a much better position than they were 2 years ago. Right. But I think that Dublin are just...
Even though they won the game 2 years ago.
Absolutely.
Through sheer experience. And
absolutely,
just know-how.
yeah. I just think though that they've a new set now and they're good and they've a great bond and they've a great hunger, because that was a thing when I saw them, they were beating Westmeath. There was no holding back. They kept going and going. They hammered the hammer and they kept going, and that showed there was a huge competition for places and stuff, which is only great for Cork.
Yeah.